All right, so when you start a project like this, you gotta go through all of your scrap wood and pick out a nice, pretty piece. I like this piece of alder. Since this is a catch-all tray, I'm going to be grabbing all the little things that I would normally have in my pockets, which would include a knife, my keys, some change, my earbuds, my watch, stuff like that. Now I'm gonna arrange everything how I think it should go. This guy is my phone for pretend. I'm gonna wanna put the electronic type stuff where their chargers can be placed outward so that I can have cords coming out. So I'll probably put that there, my phone here, and then everything else, all the miscellaneous stuff, we'll just figure it out. Now, at this point, if you were a full-grown man and nobody was gonna tell you how to do things, you could take your router straight to this piece and just cut it out the way it sits. But we're going for that CNC quality look without the CNC quality price. We're gonna make an acrylic template for this to cut it out and to make it look beautiful. All right, so I've got this piece of acrylic. It's the same size as my board. It's a recycled piece of acrylic, so it's got some tape and sticky stuff on it. I'll have to clean that up after I cut everything. Now I'm gonna trace all those patterns onto this board and then we'll cut them out. You can tell at this point I've made my line sharp with a square because I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting. Last time I made acrylic jigs, I used my bandsaw, but obviously on this project I'm not going to be able to get inside of these holes and use the bandsaw, so I decided to try something different. I'm using my oscillating tool, which cuts straight in and can get a sharp corner. You just have to have a really steady hand. Well, I can tell you with certainty, the multi-tool works, and that is actually pretty square. Now I'm going to move on and cut out all of the others. After you've made all of your cuts with your multi-tool or whatever you decide to use, you want to go and grab a file. Because we don't have a CNC and we don't have a way to make it perfect, we have to use a little bit of elbow grease to get it there. Huh? What?
What are you making?
This thing?
Yeah.
Where are you going with that? To make sure you get a perfect pattern, you're going to want to use double-sided tape, and a strong double-sided tape at that, to hold your jig down on your piece of wood, and then clamp your wood down to your workbench so that it doesn't move on you. For this next part, you're either going to need to have a pattern carving bit installed in your router, or in the base of your router, you're going to need to add a bushing set that makes it so that your bit cannot touch the material that you're working against, which in essence creates another pattern carving bit. I thought I'd do a really cool reveal of the tray by taking all the sawdust away with the shop vac, but at the very moment that I decided to start getting rid of the sawdust, my shop vac reached maximum capacity. Now that you've made all your cuts, you need to grab a chisel so that you can define all of your edges just in case anything was missed on your jig, and you need to grab some sandpaper and round over all the edges, make sure all the bowls and all the little spaces are nice and smooth. You want to make sure it looks perfect so no one can say you should have just bought a $10,000 CNC machine. After you've sanded it to perfection, all that's left to do is to create a recess so that your electronics can be charged while sitting flush in your tray. Alright, so the tray is all cut. Now it is time to add some oil and make it look beautiful. You can finish this thing any way you like. You could use stain, poly, or in my case, linseed oil. You know, maybe one day I want to eat a burger off of it. Linseed oil will be good for that. You know, when I'm watching my favorite YouTubers, I always skip through intros because I know what the video is about based on the thumbnail and the title, and I hate listening to somebody talk about what they're going to do, and I just want to watch what they're going to do. That's it. Whenever I started YouTube, for some reason, I started doing intros and outros. So moving forward, I'm hoping to clean the channel up and cut out some of that excess fat and give you all content, just content, no fluff. If the video is 5 minutes, that's fine. If it's 10 minutes, because that's the amount of time it takes to communicate what I'm trying to communicate, that's what it's going to be. I'm gonna try my best from now on to keep all the boring talking details out of it and just show you guys what's going on. If you prefer this style of video, please let me know in the comment section down below so I know that I'm doing the right thing. And if you prefer the old way where I talk for 10 minutes in a whole video, let me know that you